Alright, so I've been back at the flea markets this year, 2019, and I will say for the most part, as far as me searching for drums, it's been kind of crap until the last couple weeks, and I found 3 snare drums at the same flea market. So we'll look at the first one here. This one is a 5.5 by 14. This is a non-badge. It doesn't have any identification on it whatsoever, where it was made, whether it's a Taiwanese drum, made in Japan. I have absolutely no idea. So maybe if somebody out there, if you can leave me a comment as to what it is, if you recognize it. It's done in a very, very nice vintage burst finish. It is a 20 tension lug, single tension lugs on it. Very nice hardware. I just don't know what it is. As far as the shell, I'm going to take a guess that it's a poplar birch shell, taking the birch finish. Unlike most of the stencil snare drums of the 60s and the 70s, where the grain goes vertically, this goes horizontally, more like a drum found in the States. So that's drum number 1. So I got this drum for $15. And drum number 2 I got for $25. Now this is a stencil snare drum, which is typically made in the 60s and the 70s. 8 lug. The shell is Luan, which all these drums were, pretty much made of. Really the only reason why I bought this is because of the finish. Back in 1974 or 75, I think it was, I owned a set of these, not this same brand, but this same finish. And that's the only reason why I bought it, because it just reminded me of a kit that I had when I was a lot younger. And so this one I got for 25 bucks. Drum number 3, which I don't have here because it's completely torn apart and I'm working on, I got it for $10, and it's a 1961 Camco 5x14 aluminum snare drum, and it's got the chrome over brass hoops and lug casings. Great drum for 10 bucks, and that's a Studio Series snare drum. And I'll do a separate video on that once I get it up and running. So we'll play these 2 drums here. Drum number 1 is the No Name snare drum. Pretty decent for what it is. It's a little bright. I can muffle it down, I guess, but we'll just leave it alone and go from here. So that's drum number 1, which is the No Name snare drum. And drum number 2, if I can get it over here, this is the Decca snare drum. And if you've searched for these, you're going to find so many with all these different brand names on them. And most guys are going to tell you they were either made prior to the Pearl brand came out or Tama. If you look at some of my other videos, I have a pre-Tama snare drum, which is the Star brand, and typical quality. And here's this one, a little bit fat, loose. 2 out of the 3 drums, so you're looking at $50 for all 3 snare drums. Great deal, and I'll be back out there this weekend, and hopefully I'll find something else. Have a good weekend. Thank you.